We're just going live from the current location, just getting situated, and in 1 second to manually rotate our device here. So just a few topics to discuss. We have HIVE verification, if okay to explicitly mention the individual's name. So Mr. Jason Kane is one of the older brothers, and he seems that he was at one of the events that had occurred less than 7 months ago. And we are emotional about this. Hopefully, we don't have any explicit confirmation. So Mr. Jason Kane maybe didn't know Harry Kane, who's also one of our brothers, but one of our brothers' mom, Diana. She has 3 boys, and if that's okay to mention, and mom, Carolyn. And then we have to pick a different name for John and one of our nephews' moms, who is like Carolyn and Diana. And one step at a time. I don't have any explicit updates. Denti, if that's okay to mention. We just want to make sure this is, we don't want to be rude to our brothers. I've seen him, he goes to dental school here, and I've seen him walking around campus with 1 or 2 women on separate occasions. Like he tends to walk in the area from one location to the next, proximity to why he's here. And there's 2 separate women that might look similar. We might have more than 1 brother in dental school. And as far as public displays of affection and possible hypotheticals of motives, we do not make assumption. But we had a conversation with Denti with blonde hair, the same. I was with a group of our biological brothers at a few consecutive events that they would not at this time, maybe not know if they were dreaming, if they have any recollection of certain events. So we're happy to connect, and husband, we don't want husband to, if everybody, once we're able to verify, is able to follow up with husband, that's okay with me. And the dads would probably be part of the I wonder if as a sibling group we want more information because we don't trust. We've been through too much, if that's the right way to say that. Dan Henry is also one of our brothers, and Alan Seltzer is also one of our brothers. I don't know if they want to acknowledge that. That's okay to say that. So the property is what I was considering, and I just don't see how we could build there or renovate there with the residential people. I just don't see that being. We do have a brother. Do you want me to mention? There's a brother named Steve. There's another brother named Jacob, and they're police officers, and there's one that's named Kevin. And that's not Kevin Bryan, if that's okay to say that. And we will say the Brias or Leary. We don't know which if that's important to mention as we're distinguishing and untangling. We have a dad named Kevin, and we just want to make sure that all the dads, as we are evaluating and assessing as a sibling group, whether or not relationships with the dads are viable, that we distinguish where grievances or a necessity for more information may be. Gareth Gareth might be helpful with husband and the sibling group. Maybe that's all. So we respect. Mr. Jason Kane has an extensive history here that is different than Justin and Jamie. And I don't get the impression that he likes this place. And I don't think he ever anticipated setting roots here or returning because of how hard his experience has been here. I don't know what the situation is with his past experience as a criminal. So mind my business, but that's all. We're not going to discuss that topic any further. But you're not part of the family. You're not part of the family. You weren't sent an invitation. Respect the boundaries. You shouldn't even know that these are my older brothers. Considering, so that's as far as Justin, Jamie, and and Jason Kane. This is just repugnant, indignant. How are these people? They're shameless, and they're violent, and they're clinically. What I mean to say is that despite our chronological age difference, and Jason Kane might actually be younger. Their families somehow ended up here with an ulterior motive, hypothetically, is what I'm wondering if we have additional information to verify and confirm. So as far as our home properties, we'll probably have it on every continent, if that's important to specify. And if important to explicitly specify, if this is okay, we know that we'll be homebound, and we need the rest of the world to have realistic expectations of how our family firm functions, because the risks are too severe. And when we think of intergenerationally, we want to make sure that from one generation to the next that we have realistic standards, that we anticipate having a residential permanent property that we're at, no matter the season, on every continent, which means we own every continent. So we want to make sure that we're setting up where there's a quality of life that the children and us that we're experiencing, that they're not gypped of the experiences of travel in whatever capacity that realistically can be, which means that we have to have a certain caliber of personnel. So we decided no civilian employees ever, and that will be written. But as far as infiltration and occupy, and the kind of security standards, there's just a lot that that we want to make sure that we're thoroughly prepared to manage. So we're happy to verify and confirm this information, and understand that once we get to that segue and juncture, then we break. That's the right way to say that. We have no expectations or anything like that. So as far as our intellectual property, husband we understand that as a family, we don't want any outsiders. Is that correct? So I can't discuss that, but I trust that I want to make sure that my husband is notified. That's all. So,